Juan here with Aveo Creative, and we are doing a little sit down with Janice, owner of Jamar Agency, also the proud owner of Shirley, a 1954 Sunliner.
Crestline Sunliner.
There it is. It's a nice little Ford. We got to work with it last week, and a couple weeks before that, we were Robert and his music video, and I love it. It's a beautiful car.
Thank you very much.
She kept telling me, "Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't lean on it, don't lean on it." And so it was a running joke the whole time, more as a joke, but also like as a reminder to myself, do not touch it. So if I joked about it, it was like, and also like, dummy, don't touch it.
Well, it's funny. You can drive it, you can lean on it in certain places, but just don't put your fingers on it. And I think that's the hardest thing for people to grasp. It's like those fingerprints are really hard to buff out for some reason.
Well, I wanted to meet with you and I want to talk with you. One, we share this studio space. You have your office out there. You guys do Culture Clash, Live in the Kitchen, every other little thing that you got your fingers in. And you and your team are just amazing. And then I share this one little room where I have my podcast space, and I randomly jump in and like enter you guys' conversation.
No, it's been great. It's been great having you.
It really has been fun. I really like it. My wife tells me all the time, she's like, you guys seem like you have fun there. And I was like, I do. Like, it is really fun. I got to be at one of the birthdays this year and go have lunch with you guys, which was unexpected. But I felt like I was part of the team for a little bit.
You're part of the team. You're definitely part of the creative team.
And it's one of those things that I think that you and I kind of talked about, is that like building that network community. This is like a taste of it.
Absolutely.
And so, but I wanted to ask you that because I know we're doing the creative hangout here on November 19th at Hotel Lucine, and that's where we're filming, if you didn't put that together.
Yes.
Beautiful Hotel Lucine. I love this place. But my goal is kind of getting a bunch of creatives in the room and building a better network. But like, this is something that I kind of talked about briefly, is like, maybe if the skies align and the money just drops and we build this big old building or buy a building, and like you wanted to house all these different creators. Why is that so important to you?
Well, I love the idea of bringing creative, like-minded people together for multiple reasons. One, just because it's good, fun energy. You know, it's like good vibes, you know, but mostly because creatives are very outside the box in a way that they think and explore and interact with the world. And so when you can get multiple people with creative mindsets together, it allows you to see things from different perspectives. It allows you to open yourself up to new opportunities. You're learning from other people's mistakes and experience levels. Just offers so many benefits.
Yeah, I know for like myself. So like, I think for a lot of us, we get into this like mindset of like, it's all about me. I got to take about me. And, you know, it's just that me mentality.
Like dog eat dog.
Yeah, very dog eat dog world. And I'm not, like, in my core, I'm not like that.
Right.
I know that anytime I've ever done anything successful, there's always been a team around me.
Absolutely.
And I know, like, as a business, I'm a singular person that is slowly growing and developing a sort of a team of like hire people that can help me out here and there. But like at the bare necessity, it's just me. You know, when I get done filming, it's just me at my desk, and it's just me thinking about things and
overthinking about things.
And overthinking about things. But at the same time, like, I've always valued having people's opinion or sharing things. And like, it's not in a way of like, oh, I don't trust you, let me just share, hey, what's your thought? It's just, I love to hear other people's things. Like, if I thought someone was so cool, I want to hear that this person also thinks it's cool. And if it is,
a little bit of validation.
Yeah, like a little bit of validation. I mean, as creators, we all want to be validated. But I think it's really, really cool to kind of get people together. And that's my thing with like, when you talk about like having a building, like if I'm in the building, I hope I am.
You're already in the building.
Thank you.
You're in the building.
But like the idea of like, if I get so tunnel focused in what I'm doing, that creative juice kind of stops a little bit.
Yeah.
So being able to go to Robert, who might be in the building, who's playing music and has nothing to do with what I'm doing, but just that 5-minute talk of like just shooting the shit with him, or even with you sometimes, like I'll shoot the shit with you in the office, and I'm just like, oh, that's like, it just
it sparks your creativity. It really does.
It just re-going. And so like, I think like there's something you said last week, or was it this week, we were talking, is like doing it in waves. And like, that's been on my mind. It's like, okay, how can I do things in waves, and how can I do it to the best of my ability, but also like where I'm not overworking myself.
Without burning out. And I think that's a big thing with creatives too, is burnout. And, you know, as an artist, I saw a really great clip from David Bowie yesterday, and it's just basically talking about, as soon as you start creating art for other people, you tend to lose yourself. And you have to never forget that you started creating art to begin with because you were trying to express something or communicate something that you weren't otherwise able to communicate. And so when you are in a silo and you're making art or you're producing creative materials, you tend to go through these like ups and downs of, okay, is it for me? Is it for a client? Am I meeting their expectation? Am I meeting my expectation? Is there another way that I could be viewing this or potentially trying to tell this story? Oh, let me go talk to someone,
Yeah.
get some feedback from another creative, find out what their perception is on it, because we're all accessing information differently, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really nice just to be able to bounce things off of people.
I've been really enjoying like being in the space with you guys, and like recently you and the team has taken over my website and like helped me out with this, and we kind of nothing against my website. I know it's me, so I can talk as much crap as I want because I made it.
It's just an evolution, right?
It
Like we're
was,
all
yes, exactly.
evolving.
Thank you for being
Like
soft with me.
I don't know, it's your first iteration, third iteration, whatever, but I've been doing this now for over 12 years. And I'll tell you that my website doesn't look like it did 12 years ago,
Yeah,
and
which is good.
the iterations are constantly changing, and that's good. And I think it's fun to be creative and flexible
Yeah,
with your digital online presence, and whether that means updating your website, or that
yeah.
means updating your videos or your
But
photos.
it also like really it validates the idea like we work better as a team, because I told Sarah, I was like, hey, this is what I would kind of like. And she made it, and she was like, well, I did it in Illustrator. And I was like, well, I don't ever use Illustrator. And she was like, what'd you use? And I was like, I use Photoshop. Sometimes I use Canva. Like, it's just not my thing. Exactly. And she's like, no, bro, you got to get on Illustrator, download it today. And I was like, I'm not going to learn it. I promise you I'm not. But like, it makes me happy to know that there's a network of people that I can reach out to that knows how to do it and how to do it so efficiently. And
Absolutely.
she knocked it out of the park. I showed my wife, and she's like, I love it. And Sarah was like, oh, I'll make some iterations, and, I'll make some more. And I was like, nah, the first one was
We're
great. Like,
golden.
yeah, like I don't want to overthink it. Like that, it hits the idea. It's right on the mark. I gave her some ideas for colors, and she built the whole brand package, which was just more than I expected to get. And then she did the website, and she like guided me to Wix because it is better than Squarespace.
Well, just having this conversation now, talking about like, okay, this web building platform is better than that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always used this one. Okay, well, I've used this one. Well, I've tried both. Well, why do we like one versus the
Yeah.
other? Or why use Illustrator over Canva or Photoshop or whatever program or software you're working in? Or why I like certain video editing softwares, whatever. All of
Yeah.
that is relevant, and it is completely subjective based on what your project is and what the end goal of the project is. But
Yeah.
again, when you're working with a team, you can kind of bounce that off each other. You can get new fun
Yeah.
ideas, and you can see things differently because you've got the opportunity to see it through somebody else's eyes.
100%. And so you guys are knocking it apart. I'm super excited to relaunch the whole website and the whole branding kit to that. But I also want to talk about November 19th and the possibility of Shirley making an appearance if the weather's great.
Absolutely. So if the weather is good, this vintage red hot convertible should be parked out here in front of Hotel Lucine.
Show a video.
Yes,
There it is.
cut to clip.
Yeah.
But it's really perfect in my mind just because of the period in which the hotel was built. Is very similar to the period in which the car was manufactured. So I think the aesthetic is really nice. So all goes well. The weather will hold out. The car will be parked outside, which I think will make for some very beautiful content.
Yes.
So we're talking about content. We're talking about November 19th. Tell me, what should I expect at this event?
So my overall vision behind the November 19th, the Creative Club is what I'm calling it, is building a network of creatives that can lean on each other.
Oh, cool.
I think I know I'm a talented person. I'm really good at what I do. But if there is a client that is looking for a specific type of photo or type of video or whatever that person is looking for, I might not be the best person for that. I can probably get the job done, but I might not be the best person for it.
Right.
And so like I like surrounding myself with other people that are super creative, they're super great, and that are just really good at what they do, and that are passionate about that. So like if someone's like, hey Juan, I would love this type of photo or video, and I'm like, I can do it, but this person might do it better for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay passing on a job to someone who I know is going to kill it, not because I'm scared or because I don't think I can do it. I'm also in my core is sick and tired of seeing just shitty video and shitty photos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hate for like as a business to do reshoots. When someone's like, oh, I didn't like these, I'm gonna do a reshoot. Like, why? You could have got that done you could have got it done the first time if you would have just hired the right person.
Yeah.
And also we could have helped out if as a community we go, I might not be the best person for you on this one. How about you reach out to this person?
Absolutely.
And I know I talked to a few people, and that's always been our verbiage with each other where it's like, well, if someone needs video one, I'm pushing them to you. And I'm like, well, if someone wants a nice, clean beach photo of their family, I'm pushing it to you. Like, it's just how the community is. And so I don't think it's a new thing for us. I just want to make it bigger and better.
Right,
And
absolutely.
so the idea of a creative club is just the idea of all of us, one, getting to know each other, but also taking the opportunity to maybe sit down like this. I'm going to try to have this same podcast set up with a light because it'll be sunset. And they can sit down and talk to each other and
A
kind of
little
have,
Q&A.
yeah,
Come correct with the Q&A, you guys. I'm excited about that.
this place is so beautiful. Go around, take some new photos, take some new headshots, be creative, do a fun TikTok video if you like that type of stuff with somebody. And that's what I keep telling people, like in the comments, like link up, talk to somebody now so that when you get here on the 19th, you're not like with a, chicken with a head cut off, like, oh, what do I do? Like, and
So
so I
you'll
want
have
to,
the podcast set
yep,
up. You'll have maybe some photo ops
yep,
around with food, beverage potentially.
yep.
Thank you, Lucine, for that. We're excited. The car should be here, so that'll be a fun photo op.
Yeah. Angela with Salty Skin's hair, she's gonna pop up and kind of educate people and help people with makeup and hair and how to be photo camera ready. Because
Love
there's a
that.
lot of things that I didn't know before talking to her.
Always
Like,
check the eyebrows.
always check the eyebrows. Also, if you're gonna get a photo session, don't go get a sunburn that weekend.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like, yeah, so like, look, spend some time to talk to Angela because she's gonna help you out on that. And then we have some other people too that I just want to build a better network and how to utilize people the best way. I'm trying to think of some other elements to help out. It's yeah.
How do we feel about some sort of panel, some sort of Q&A with the experts? I would really be interested in learning more about equipment and learning more about how people are pricing their services. I'd be interested in learning more about, their referral or their sales process, if you will. I think there's a lot of great information that we all have kind of gleaned over the years from our own experiences that it might be really nice to share that.
I think even like a Q&A, and especially like because the room will be filled with so many different other professionals, bouncing one idea off of me or you and then throwing it back to the audience, like one answer, there's more answers for one question.
More than one right answer.
Yes, that's the right
more than one right answer for a question.
And then like awesome. But yeah, that's my overall goal for the night. And so if you're interested in a Q&A or like a panel, message us down below and maybe we can make that happen because I think we have the talent and enough equipment to make that happen.
And I would be curious, if you're interested in a Q&A, what types of information would you like to glean from the Q&A? Is there something specific that you want to know about? Then maybe that'll help you secure the panelist.
Yeah, for sure. I like the idea. I like the idea of pricing and all that stuff. Like, my brain's rolling, so like I'm like stuttering and trying to figure out because my brain's just going. But Janice, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And then I'm also like getting sunburn on this side.
Yeah, I could tell. He's a little squint there. No.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me. If you want to